Hey, Sister Vanessa, welcome. It's so nice to see your lovely face today. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to speak with you. It's just really a privilege and an honor that you have decided to sow a seed into Sister Sowing Seeds ministry. My heart was really touched when you said, here I am, and I will. And I really thank you that, you are going to allow God to use you to bless us for that evening.
Oh,
But
yeah.
today I want to talk to you about who you are. And I know I've seen few interviews on you, numerous one actually. I've been checking you out. And I've seen a couple of interviews on you. So there are some people that may not know you that's watching this video. So if you would be so kind to just introduce yourself, would be greatly appreciated.
Sure. Well, thank you again. What an honor. And I'm so grateful to be able to join you and the rest of the ladies coming up here very soon. A little bit about me. My name is obviously Vanessa Russell. My husband and I are pastors at New Hope Christian Fellowship in Hayward, California. And we've been pastoring there for the last 6 years. And so we also are doing a variety of other things in the community. And one of the things that I'm so grateful for is to be the founding executive director of an organization called Love Never Fails.
Yes.
And we address the issue of human trafficking actually it's nationally now. When we started, we were focused on Alameda County, but now we are doing things across the nation and supporting survivors of human trafficking and other vulnerable populations with housing. We have 4 houses for women and their children, men and their families, and also girls ages 13 to 17. So we have 4 houses, 27 beds. We do prevention education so people can prevent themselves and or their children, their family from being trafficked. And then we also do workforce development. So we're all about getting people economically empowered.
Amen. So beautiful. And, I've had the opportunity to have some pretty phenomenal women on this platform. And I always ask that question, when did you have that first God encounter moment that you realize that it's Jesus or nothing at all, or was your life brought up on a Christian foundation? When was it that you really began to walk with the Lord?
Yeah. So no, I did not grow up in church. As a matter of fact, I always chuckle a little inside when I say, I'm a pastor and I'm married to a pastor, because I promise you I was not pastor material. I mean, I don't know how they let me into the building, but they did. And, the Lord saw fit to draw me to him. And I'm just so humbled and grateful that he saw me in the midst of so many others and drew me to his plan of salvation. And I really am a grateful, so grateful for that. And I'm one of those people that desperately worships the Lord, desperately prays to him, and desperately appreciates the love and acceptance that he's provided to me from early 2000s is when I was saved. And even before that, I see his his influence over my life, even as I was out there. And I'm just, I'm amazed that he has brought me to a place where I'm ministering to so many young people, so many broken people that were very much like I was when I was growing up, without any direction, without the things that I needed from a natural standpoint. And yet there was God guiding me and carrying me all the while.
Yeah, but isn't that the beauty of it? I mean, I feel that he allows us to walk through certain things in our lives, and we are delivered, or we overcome those things. And that's our testimony, so that we could pour into someone else and say wholeheartedly, genuinely, I've been there, I've done that, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was, so a little of my story is that when I was 12 years old, I experienced childhood rape,
Mm,
sadly, and I experienced poverty growing up. My mom and I were on welfare when I was very little. We were homeless. I spent some time in foster care as a child, so I know what it's like to be abused. I know what it's like to
mm,
be traumatized, and I've always said that I'm just amazed that I get to
yeah,
minister to people that, trafficking victims that are being raped, that are being beaten, that are homeless, that are being preyed upon.
yeah,
And I feel like, that it's not by an accident that I'm assigned in that way. And, I always come back to this saying that there's purpose in my pain, and all the pain
yes,
that I experience coming up is going to be used mightily by God, and no tears are wasted with Him. And so
mm,
I'm just grateful again to have the opportunity to love on and accept people that feel unlovable and unworthy. And yeah, so
yeah, it's beautiful. So, the story behind you and how what I read, and you can expound on this more, is that you were working with some young girls doing dance and everything. And I believe that there was a Pacific young lady, 15-year-old, that
yeah,
got caught up in that. And
yeah.
so did you have a heart for the young women before even knowing what you were going to step into
Oh
after
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, it's really funny actually, because ironic because I really didn't want to deal with a whole lot of trauma and drama. I had finally arrived at a tech. A career in high tech, and I had purchased myself a home, and I was doing real good in my life, and I was stable. And coming from a lot of poverty and drama and stuff, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't I'm gonna just teach my dance class with my kids on Friday nights, and I'm gonna give back. This is my giving back. And then my student went missing, and I
Mm,
said, I thought, oh, maybe she just didn't want to. Initially, I thought, maybe she just didn't want to be in the dance class anymore. And then later on, I reconnected with her, found out, no, she's being trafficked
mm,
in Vallejo, in Los Angeles, in Oakland. And I'm like, wow, right under my nose here at
yeah.
church, somebody came and prayed on my student. And I
Mm,
began to ask myself, how does that happen? How does somebody pray on a child that I thought I was mentoring? And what is it that this person said? How were
yeah.
how were they able to snatch up my student like that? And then how were they able to brainwash her? And then how were they able to abuse her? Here I am. I'm not a school teacher. I'm not a clinician, but I'm street smart.
Yeah.
I'm book smart. I was a praying teacher. I was teaching them the word of God. I was loving on them, and like, how did this happen? And what I realized is that, there were lots of red flags that I wasn't up on. I didn't understand. I didn't see
Yeah.
the things that she needed. I didn't. And then after she was already pulled into that life, there was so much more I had to learn about how to work with somebody who had been traumatized in that way. And
Yeah.
and it just, my eyes were fully opened, and I tried to run from it. And I'm like, I'm a single mom. I have two kids. I work in high tech.
Yeah.
I'm busy as all get out. I don't have time to be doing a nonprofit. And the Lord just kept saying to me, he just kept ministering to me. It's like, all you have to do is love her. That's it.
Yeah.
Just love her.
Mm.
And here I am 10 years later. And like, boy, that love got me in a whole lot of trouble. You know what I mean? Love will make you do some crazy stuff, man, when
Oh
you
my
love like
goodness.
that. Woo.
But it's so phenomenal because I think I mentioned to you when we first spoke that I learned of your ministry before even meeting you. I
Yeah.
heard about it and the great things that it was doing and it is doing, when I was at a former church. And it's just, I mean, just God bless you for just stepping out and allowing him to use you in such a way that really changes people's life. Like these young girls will never forget you, ever
Mm.
forget you. And then they're able to take the love that you're pouring into them and give it out to someone else. So it's just so rewarding to me. I'm not even doing it and I'm getting excited because I just feel the love and I see it all on your
Yeah.
face. But how rewarding it is to be able to do what you love, like,
Yeah.
to be able to serve the Lord and just to be in full-time ministry is such a blessing. And not only that is that you're changing lives. So I am praying for Love Never Fails. I know that it's only gonna, you said it's nationwide now. And I did also read something about a hotel that you guys were, I don't know if you were acquiring it, but it's somewhere where human trafficking was happening.
Yeah.
Whatever became of that location?
Yeah, so we've adopted multiple hotels in the Bay
Okay.
Area. So one in Oakland, two in Hayward, one in San Francisco, and one in Antioch.
Mm,
And basically, that adoption means that we go by there. We give them toiletries,
mhm.
food products. If they'll allow, the owners will allow us to bring food boxes, we will, or otherwise we bring snacks and stuff like that. The city of Hayward has actually given us a grant to be able to
Praise
to
the Lord.
to sponsor or to love on the people in those two hotels. And these are hotels that are known for trafficking and other other issues. So
Mm,
it's been quite an honor.
yeah, absolutely. So I want to, if we could switch gears for a minute, just to talk to you a little bit, because you're speaking for the Sister Sowing Seeds platform, and I wanted to talk to you about sisterhood. I see your photos with your girlfriends, with your sisters of the church, and I just wanted to get your take on the importance of spiritual sisters. Um, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, because it kind of froze. I'm sorry. The importance of having spiritual sisters in your life and having that connection, those accountability partners in your life. Care to share on that?
Yeah. So I'm so valuable. And as a pastor, as a pastor's wife, it's very hard to um, you know, not have it, and
Mm,
yet you need it so much.
yeah.
And you have to be careful about everything that you say and do,
Yes.
because some people can, and they can't receive your transparency or your humanity. And and that's just knowing that people do sometimes want to put you on a pedestal just because you have that title.
Mhm.
I'm not real big on the title, to be honest with you. I just know I'm a lover, and I try to be an obeyer of Christ.
Yeah.
And I love people.
Yeah.
And so I look for people who see me like that. They don't put me on a pedestal. They're just my friend,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
That's great. That's good. And so that's pretty much the foundation in which God had given me the vision for Sister Sowing Seeds. I know that as
Yeah.
women, we've all have been faced with different adversities in life. We come from different walks, different backgrounds, and we've all had experienced failed relationships in the opposite sex or in sisterhood. We've all
Yeah.
had some type of offenses, and so my desire and what God has shown me is a nation of women that's just honoring him, standing together, united,
Yeah.
supporting one another, encouraging one another. I that is my heart, and that's what he's called me to do, to extend an olive branch to my sisters, because we
Yeah.
are so much powerful together, Sister Vanessa. And
Yes.
I know that you know that as a pastor's wife. I know you've seen and heard so much. And but I think that's why I really wanted to talk to you too, because of that. You've been in that position, you're in that, you wear many hats, and you are just with, I'm sure you are confident for many. And I just know that God doesn't want us to be like this. He wants us
Mhm.
to be like this. And I feel that with Sister Sowing Seeds, I am able, and I have been very successful as bringing other pastors from other locations together, because we have a tendency of separating
Yeah.
ourselves, you
Yeah.
know, and that's not what God wants us to do. So again, it's just an honor just to have you here. I
Yeah.
know about your church. I know several women, even my sister attend your church, and I see you and your husband switching gears again, and
Yes.
how playful you guys are. And I too know the importance of being equally yoked in a marriage. Doesn't it make
Mm.
a difference, sister?
Oh my God. Yes. So good.
Let's go there. There's a lot of sisters that are part of Sister Sowing Seeds that are still waiting. They're
Yeah.
waiting,
Yeah.
and I speak, and I have other people who speak, encouragement to them, and let them know the importance of waiting for the one that God has for you. Because
Mm.
this is my second marriage. I've always been transparent for that. I know what happened in my first, and both of us knew what we wanted. We knew what God had spoke to us, what we needed to expand his kingdom, to be the woman and the man and the woman that he's called us to be. So I'm so
Yeah.
thankful for my kingdom husband. I am.
Yes. So grateful. I too was divorced coming into our marriage, second marriage, and so was he. And when you come out of being, beaten up and whooped up pretty good after being in a marriage that wasn't, healthy or was abusive, these different things that happen to us, you get real clear on
Yeah.
what you need, what God has assigned to your life, and the purpose of marriage.
Yeah.
And I think I'm a little bit older now, and I'm not of the mind that this romantic, not that
Right.
we're not romantic, but it's not this soap opera
Yeah. Hollywood.
thing that we've made it. It's about, what does God want for our union? How does he want to use me as a wife, him as a husband, and what am I being asked to sacrifice personally to make this work? There are things that I've needed to let go of in order to serve my husband well,
Yeah.
and vice versa. And now I think a lot of it has to do with our maturity levels, and having been through sort of that, you know immature, insecure kind of stage of marriage that we were in, and with our previous relationships. And now we've come into it going, um I'm here, and I've been assigned by God to be married to this awesome kingdom man.
Yeah.
What does that mean? And I'm prepared. Whatever God tells me I need to do,
Yeah.
I'm prepared to do it, because I love my husband, and I love the Lord.
Amen. That's really good. I concur.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But it takes something to get there, huh?
It really does.